All right, this is a little off the cuff, so I hope you'll bear with me. This is the story of how I burned the crap out of my hand. I brew beer as a hobby, and one of the procedures involved in that is propagating yeast so that you can ferment the beer. And that entails growing up the yeast in a malt sugar solution. And this stuff, basically, it's like barley sugar and protein. It's the powder they put in a milkshake to make it a malted milkshake. So basically, you put that in some water and you boil it up and throw the yeast in and you're good. So I was doing that. And normally it can be a little tricky because anyone who's boiled pasta before knows that you either need to do it in a bunch of water or put something in there to break the surface tension. Otherwise, it foams up and it boils over. Well, malt extract does the exact same thing. I figured, oh, I can just watch it, it won't boil over. So, of course, it promptly boils over. And as I was watching it come up over the top, my crack split decision-making skills came into play. And I figured, well, I could try to scrape up a bunch of caramelized sugar off this stovetop, or I could quickly grab it and throw it in the sink. Which I did. And I figured I'd be fine because I had one of those oven mitt gloves on that's made with the heat-resistant fabric. And that was aces for me not burning my hand on the hot pot. Didn't do so well for the boiling sugar that boiled over onto my hand and seeped through it. And this fact I reflected upon as I pulled the glove off and some of my skin went with it. I was looking for a picture for this to put on the display, but something tells me you're probably glad that I wasn't able to find one. So I'm sitting there looking at my hand as it's under a faucet and wondering how long it's going to take before it really starts hurting. And I decided that I was going to handle this by myself for two reasons. One, I was in between insurance companies at the time. But more importantly, like any red-blooded American male, I'm very loath to even admit that I hurt myself seriously, much less, seek medical attention. And I paid the penance for that as I wandered into Target, clutching my hand, stumbling over to the cashier with triple antibiotic ointment and some gauze. And this lady, she was obviously a veteran of the cashiering trade. And she looks at me, she looks at my hand, she lets out a long sigh and rings me up. And then I stagger home. So I guess the best part is I got a pretty cool scar. A neat little concentric circle of second-degree burns. And on a good day, well, I guess you could call it a good day, when it really shows up, you can see the nice little crosshatch pattern of the weave of the glove. Always there to remind me to, just deal with the foam over and scrape the sugar off. It's a lot easier that way.